So I wanted to share another lance that I really enjoy running. This idea in Battletech, and this is true of every war game, you've got a player personality. You've got something that you want to do on the tabletop, something you want to create those memories, something you want to make happen. So we tend to gravitate towards certain machines, certain units, certain mechs. I've got a big collection. I intend to keep collecting. So certainly I want to play all of the toys that I have, but I find myself moving and gravitating towards certain mechs and certain machines, building on certain classes and tactica that I want to push forth. So encapsulating all of that, this is a very, very specialized lance. And what I mean by that is sometimes you have an idea and never tell me the odds. It's all or nothing. You're all in. And it has a lot of deficiencies and it has a lot of challenges with it. But if it aligns and you pull it off and you make it up there, it is absolutely spectacular. The tabletop glory is fantastic, is amazing. But can you do it? So this is also a great illustration in sometimes you want to make something happen or you have something that's very, very powerful, even with redundancy, but it doesn't have flexibility. And if you find yourself outside of that situation, Urban Mech Lance and the drop ship, it was off target and dropped you in the desert, you're in trouble. You're absolutely in trouble. It's not going to work. So these favored conditions, you have to know in playing certain builds, if it doesn't line up, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So how do you find yourself not in that situation, or how do you distract your opponent so they can't focus on it? I mean, these are higher tactica. Okay, 4 mechs, keeping the battle value down. We always want to save battle value, or C-bills in that case, but really looking for some high-end damage. I start with either a Victor or a Hunchback. Usually the Victor, because I'm saving some BV in my other 3 mechs that are joining the Lance, but I need to be sensitive to the battle value. One of the things I covered in my previous Lance example vlog was I tend to build around a concept, play my favorite machines, but I have some machines that I can upgrade or downgrade the battle value. So if I go to if you and I play a game and you're like, look, Fritz, I only have 5K battle value in my collection, then I can make my idea work. If you're like, hey, I've got 8K and it's not clans, I can scale up. So I try to take the concept and scale up and down while keeping the core intact. So I start with the Victor or the Hunchback. I prefer the Victor. I really do. And last week I pushed up to the Battletech playlist here on my channel. Some thoughts on the Victor. Not as much armor, but it's relatively fast. It's got great maneuverability. It's got that autocannon 20, and it's got some really, really aggressive short end punch. The other 3, javelins. I really love the javelin. Pushed up that mech tactica, but we're just going to kind of circle in a little bit. You've got the 2 SRM 6-packs, which have some really nice bite close in, but it's their location, it's the speed of the mech, the battle value, and the location, because that allows you also to punch. So we have, because it's left torso, right torso, we have a mech that I want to get close to you, so I can fire point blank those 2 SRM packs. If I'm getting that close, I might as well try to kick you. I might as well try to punch you. I'm at the tonnage of the javelin, I prefer to punch. 1 in 6 chance, hit you in the head. I'm not going to knock your head clean off, but you'll have to make that pilot check. Some interesting things can happen. If I can get rear armor and swarm you, those SRM 6-packs, along with punching, along with the Victor. The Victor goes in, and the Victor offers an interesting choice. Hunchback can also do it if I'm saving battle value, but I prefer the Victor. This Lance is aggressive. This Lance is running forward. Hopefully it's not going to eat a lot of firepower. I'm going to have to cover my approach, and we'll look at a couple of ideas on how to do that in the moment. But this idea of the Victor's running towards you with the javelins. Do you engage the Victor? Well, if you engage the Victor, the javelins are going to be able to potentially break through. If you engage the javelins and you're like, all right, I'll focus on the javelins, I can probably down one and then possibly cripple another on average. I mean, you could always get lucky or you could get unlucky. Then that victor makes it in completely unscathed, and it's close. So I try to offer a choice where, now, if you throw like 2 or 3 or 4 lances at me, well, obviously you're going to torrent everything down. I mean, we're not talking about being outnumbered. If I see that, I'm probably not going to approach. But trying to compose the lance with the synergy, but offering you 2 very distinct threats. The victor is one and the group of javelins as the second. Mix or match, pick and choose, what are you going to do? New players, don't panic and fire at everything, right? That's like a new player challenge. Don't your lance is moving towards my lance. I'm being aggressive. You know what it's going to do. I'm looking to close. I'm going to hit you with the autocannon 20, the SRMs. I'm going to be punching you. I'm going to be doing all that. You're not going to stop everything. Figure out, what can you destroy? How can you begin to reduce my initiative? How can you kill this lance, not only on mechs, but initiative? So maybe it is target one of those javelins, right? Don't fire like a little bit of everything and think you get lucky. You might, you're probably not. Focus fire, eliminate. Okay, that mech command tactica over, but it was important. It was worth mentioning. In exploring that now, how do I get up there? If the terrain favors it, I love this build in City Tech. If the terrain favors it, we're going to run and gun behind forests, cover, elevation, and be aggressive and get up there. If the terrain doesn't favor it, then I get like defensive aggressive, meaning I'm not going to go to you. I'm not going to run out in the open and just get blasted. How are you going to come to me? How is this lance going to intersect with certain elements of your forces? Are there mission objectives that you're going to go grab that I can like hang out near and then mug you when the time is right? Is there a piece of terrain that favors your build? If you're going to be looking for elevation to put up your fire support mechs or your fire support team, in that case, can I get in position there first? Or can I head in that position because I know you're going to be staying there and you're not going to run away? You're not going to be able to give that up. What tactically, how can we intersect? If I can't chase you down, then how do I get you to come to me? Again, and this lance is very, very one-sided, very, very much all or nothing. But the chance for tabletop glory and the synergy when it comes together, it's glorious. But you have to be willing to accept that. You have to be willing. Your in-game ego has to be willing. Where look, I'm taking that gamble on my way in. I got shot down. I got blown up. Victor took a lot of damage. I lost 2 javelins. Now I'm going defensive. I'm down 2 initiative points. I'm going to be down maybe a 3rd initiative point. And I miscalculated and I really got blasted up. That could potentially happen. That's the danger in playing, or at least the realization in playing this type of build.